As we draw the curtains on our journey through the shadows and echoes of the Second World War, I want to take a moment to thank you for joining me tonight. Your presence has made this storytelling session all the more special. It's been a privilege to share this slice of history with you, to explore the depths of human endurance and the spirit of resilience that defined an era. I hope this story has provided you not just with insight, but also a peaceful backdrop for your journey to sleep. If our tale tonight has touched your heart or sparked your interest, please remember to like and share it. Your support encourages us to continue exploring and sharing these stories. Thank you once again for choosing to spend your evening with us. May you have a restful night, filled with dreams as profound and inspiring as the stories we share. Good night, and until next time. January 21st, 1945. Diary entry. As the cold clutches of January tightened around East Prussia, the rumblings of Soviet artillery became a dreadful symphony of war approaching our borders. Today, orders came down from the Führer himself, casting an eerie light on the state of affairs. We were to move the lead coffins of Hindenburg and his wife, safeguarding them from the advancing threat. Their final resting place, once a proud monument at Tannenberg, was no longer safe. Under a gray, snow-heavy sky, we carefully disinterred the coffins. The weight of history felt palpable as we loaded them onto the trucks. Wrapped in thick canvas, they seemed just another cargo, but to us, they were the remnants of our nation's past glory. The convoy moved through the frozen landscape towards Berlin, where a temporary bunker awaited. The bunker outside Berlin was cold and damp. We placed the coffins in the deepest part, marking them hastily with red crayon. Time was of the essence, and as the sound of distant bombing filled the air, we couldn't help but feel the breath of danger on our necks. Soon, it was decided to move them further south, to a salt mine near Bernterode. The journey was perilous, the roads fraught with the chaos of retreat and destruction. The salt mine was a cavernous, eerie place. The coffins of not only Hindenburg, but also Kaiser Wilhelm I and King Frederick II were placed in a deep recess behind a massive masonry wall. It felt like burying treasure, the kind that no pirate, but only time and history, could reclaim. At 1,800 feet underground, in a 14-mile complex, their new tomb was a fortress of solitude. April 27, 1945, diary entry. Today, after months of silence and uncertainty, the coffins were discovered by U.S. Army Ordnance troops. The Americans took charge, moving the coffins to the basement of Marburg Castle. It was heavily guarded, a stark contrast to the hidden depths of the mine. The war was drawing to its inevitable close, and with it, the fate of these relics seemed to symbolize the downfall of our nation. August 1946, diary entry. It has been over a year since the war ended. Today, Hindenburg and his wife were finally laid to rest again, this time at St. Elizabeth's in Marburg. The ceremony was somber, attended by American soldiers and a few of us who had survived the war's ravages. The church, belonging to Hindenburg's Teutonic ancestors, seemed a fitting place for this final act of restitution. Reflections on the Tannenberg Memorial. The Tannenberg Memorial, where Hindenburg was initially interred, was more than just a mausoleum. It was a symbol of our victory in 1914 against the Russians. The battle itself was a fierce clash lasting 5 days, capturing 92,000 Russian soldiers, while 50,000 were wounded or killed. The memorial, inaugurated by Hindenburg himself in 1927, took the form of an imposing octagon with towers on each corner, providing a panoramic view of the battlefield. However, as the Soviets advanced, the German forces, in a desperate bid to leave nothing of use, planted demolition charges. Both the entrance tower and the one housing Hindenburg's coffin were reduced to rubble. This act, carried out on January 21st and 22, 1945, symbolized the physical and metaphorical dismantling of our past honors and glories. Reflecting on these events, it's hard not to think about Hindenburg's own wishes, which were to be buried at the Garnisonkirche in Potsdam and not at Tannenberg. His legacy, wrapped in the turbulent fabric of our nation's history, seems both a beacon of its might and a testament to its tragic fall. As I pen down these memories, the remnants of my own battered regiment are scattered, much like the debris of our once great empire. The coffins of Hindenburg and others, now resting quietly in Marburg, remind us of the impermanence of glory and the enduring whisper of history through the corridors of time. We are left to ponder on the ironies of fate and the paths tread by men who once shaped the destiny of nations. Thank you for joining me through this historical journey tonight. I hope it has provided you with both insight and a peaceful lead into your dreams. If you enjoyed our story, please consider liking and sharing this video. Your support means the world to us and helps bring more stories like this to light. Wishing you a restful night and sweet dreams. Good night, and take care until our next story unfolds.